letting them go and moving on the right way. Hey guys, welcome back to 5nothing100nothing.com. I am Fugget, and it stands for Fittest Underdog Guru Using Intelligent Tactics. Guys, today I want to talk to you about letting go after you've been broken up with, right? Letting go and moving on the right way, because a lot of times if you experience an unwanted breakup, it can be emotionally crippling, devastating, and if you don't watch it, it could send you into a real tailspin in your life and take you a long time to recover and move on. And you also, if you do meet somebody of substance, somebody that you might make a good relationship with, right, a good pairing, you don't want to carry that into that relationship and have it be a cause of a future breakup with somebody who is perhaps better matched with you, somebody who really loves you, cares about you, and doesn't want to lose you. So, let's get into it. Whenever that happens, whenever you've been broken up with, a lot of times, it's like it's on the forefront of your mind and your thoughts. You can't eat, you can't sleep. You've got that gnawing right in the pit of your stomach. And if you've been broken up with, you know exactly what I'm talking about. And, you lay in bed at night and you're just restless and you don't know whether to cry. You feel physically ill. I mean, your stomach is just in knots. There is like a pain in your stomach that you can't describe unless you actually go through it. And in some cases, I've even said it before, and it sounds insensitive, but it feels like it's worse than a death in your family. And in a lot of ways, it is a death. It's the death of a relationship and of your patterns and your life experience, because you've invested time, emotions, and all of these things into another person, and with the thought that it was going to work out and it was going to last a long time. And now you're starting over. So how do you do that? So, if you're a man, some of the mistakes that are common for men that end the relationships is that men can be complacent, right? There's been hints from your woman over and over of the things you're doing, sometimes subtle hints, sometimes not so subtle, of, that you're not doing. You're not making her happy. You don't do these little things that she's shown you, express love to her and show that you care and you're invested in the relationship, So if you've got big dreams and you're saying you're going to do all these things, right? And, you haven't done anything. You continue to just not move forward, not grow, not move on professionally. And you don't have to make a lot of money. If you're in school or you're working on something and you've got ambition and drive, that's very attractive. And, you should be making steps or taking steps in which to move forward and build your life, build you, right? Whatever that means to you, whatever your passions and your dreams are. It could also be a lot of times women will leave because you've shown insecurity. You've shown a level of distrust, and whether she's given you a reason to not trust her, or if she has, but if she hasn't and you're still like the very jealous type, you want to know everything she's doing, where she's going, who she's talking to, and you're showing an unhealthy level of insecurity and jealousy, and she might feel trapped by that, because you should have mutual trust. You shouldn't have to feel the need to go through each other's phones or, do investigative work to figure out what they're doing, and if you've got to do all of that stuff and you've never been insecure in a relationship, sometimes it's a warning signal that there is something wrong, or maybe there are signs that there's something going wrong and you haven't addressed it or fixed the problem. So those are two primary reasons why a woman might leave a man. And then on the flip side, when a man leaves, there's oftentimes signs, or he feels that he's being disrespected or not valued, by his woman. So he might finally just have enough of either what he perceives as nagging or quote unquote bitching. There's, oftentimes if there's infidelities or cheating, caught you talking to other guys or know that, you've been doing something, usually those are two biggies with men where they're just done and they're, moving on. But the thing is that, especially if it's like the first breakup or, you're young and just kind of figuring all this stuff out, you might beat yourself up about the breakup. But as you get older, you've got some of these life lessons under your belt, and, you can maneuver from this and move forward with less total damage. But all of us are different, and it depends where you're at in your life, which gives you a reason to watch all of my several hundred videos, because there's always a takeaway no matter where you're at in your life, right? So what you need to do though, when you're letting go and moving on, you're trying to do it the right way, is you got to think about having a clear path to what really matters in your life. Like if all else falls away, what's your purpose, your foundation, that you can fall back on if that relationship or future relationships fail? What are you doing in your career? Do you have like almost like a personal mission statement? Are there charities or foundations and time that you dedicate for a bigger purpose than yourself? Do you have family and things you're doing there? Career is always a big one, especially in modern day. Is most people are really on their grind, whether it's in school, whether it's in their career, and trying to move forward. And so maybe you're religious and it's God. That there's things that need to be your clear foundation that really define you as a person and your passions and your mission in life. You've got to find out what that is. And I know it's easier said than done, but when you have that foundation, when you're on your purpose, when you have, your friends, your circle of friends, your hobbies, your passions, things, and your day is full, your weeks are full, you have a nightlife, you have friends. Doesn't mean you always have to be out on the town or always posting pictures of, here I am now, this is what I'm doing. But when you're doing the things that matter to you, you're going to run into people that of the opposite sex that have the same interests, or that have similar interests. And establishing those connections are what's going to help you to find a person that has an alignment with you, whether it's fitness, whether it's a hobby you have, maybe it's a brand of music, whatever it is. Especially in this day and age with the internet, you can get into different groups and meet people via online dating or whatnot that have similar passions and interests as you. And so if you take care of those things that make up and define you as a person, unique and individual to anybody else, and then you'll start to see that you'll find people that are of similar interests and on the same path as you. As I stumble over all my words, but you know what? No edit, one take, it's all good. Well, 2 takes, we had a little phone issue, but it's all good. All right, on that stumbly note, that choppy note, let's wrap this up. Guys, take care of yourselves. If you have any questions, please hit me up. I love interacting with you guys. I've got some really good messages from you guys. I really appreciate the feedback. I'm here for you. If you have video suggestions, please leave them below in the comments. I'll talk to you again soon.